Hello friends, I am Shubhendu Chakravarti. I have come with my third video on industrial networking. In my first two videos, I have discussed about the data communication. In this lecture, I will be discussing transmission media. This video is on transmission media, which is a communication channel that carries the information from sender to the receiver, and the data is transmitted through various types of media. There are various design factors for a transmission line. It starts with the bandwidth, which is the greater when the bandwidth is greater, the data rate is higher. Interference, the process of disrupting a signal when it travels over a communication medium on addition of some unwanted signal. And transmission impairment, which says that when the transmitted signal is received, it is destroyed and it is not identical to the transmitted one. This is due to transmission impairment. We can divide this transmission impairment into three types. One is attenuation. The signal strength of the signal decreases with the increase of distance. You can see here the signal strength is decreasing. Then there is a distortion, which is actually the shape of the signal. You can see the original shape is this and attenuated shape, though similar but it is different. And finally the third one is the noise, which is an unwanted signal which is added during transmission, maybe because of any thermal noise, inducted noise, crosstalk, impulses. And this transmitted signal, when the noise is added, gets converted into this type of signal at the received end. Transmission media broadly classified into guided media and unguided media. Guided media is a conduit through which the transmission can take place. It has a physical medium, so it could be a twisted pair cable, it could be a coaxial cable or a fiber optics cable. Whereas unguided media is a radio waves, microwaves or infrared. That means these transmission medias are basically air which is being used, and different technologies are used. We'll discuss only the guided media part in this video, and the other part, that is unguided media, will discuss in my next video. The guided media, first one is the twisted pair cable. Now twisted pair is a physical media made up of the pair of cables twisted to each other. You can see that one is yellow, another one is black. They are twisted in a fashion so that it has a jacket, and there is a twisted pair, and finally the bare where the conduction or electrical conductive portion is there. A twisted pair cable is very cheap as compared to the other transmission media. Installation of the twisted pair cable is easy, it is lightweight, and the frequency range is for the twisted media is 0 to 3.5 kilohertz. Let's see what is the effect of noise on twisted pair. You can see here is a flat cable of 4 unit length. Orange and green are the two conductors, and here is a noise source which has an effect of 4 unit length because it is nearer, and 3 unit length because it is little far. So the overall noise effect of this 4 unit is 4 into 4, that is 16, and here the noise effect is 4 into 3, that is 12. So the total effective noise is 16 minus 4, 12, that is 4 unit on these conductors at the receiver end. In case of a twisted pair, here also the similar noise source is there, and it is also having the 4 as well as 3 unit of noise for the nearer and the further one. Now when you see, when the twisted pair yellow conductor rotates in this fashion, so when it comes Nearer to this it is having 4 unit, then it goes further 3 units, again 4 units, and again 3 units. Similar thing happens with the black one also. When it comes 3 unit, again 4 unit, again 3 unit, and again 4 unit. So the yellow one is having 4 plus 3 plus 4 plus 3, so 14 unit. And similar is also with the black, that is 3 plus 4 plus 3 plus 4, so 14 units at receiver end. So the total effect is 0. So we can see in twisted pair it has the self cancelling of noise property because of its twisted nature. Twisted pair cables are classified into two categories. One is unshielded twisted pair UTP and shielded twisted pair, that is STP. Unshielded twisted pair looks very simple, like normal twisted pairs are coming out about from a conduit, but on a shielded twisted pair you can see there is no shield in UTP, but in case of STP, that is shielded pair, there is a mesh or shield which is covering the whole sets of twisted pair cables. This shield actually cancels or protects the signal from any external noise. Coaxial cable or coax is a type of electrical cable that has an inner conductor surrounded by a tubular insulation or insulating layer, and which is having a conducting shield which is of copper mesh. Few of the coaxial cables are also having some insulating jacket or sheath. The term coaxial comes from the inner conductor and the outer shield along with the jacket. They are sharing a similar or same geometric axis. The coaxial cable was invented by English physicist, engineer and mathematician Oliver Heaviside, who patented this design in 1880. Coaxial cables carry very high frequency. The band is 100 kHz to 500 MHz with low losses, and the copper mesh is protecting different noises and other transmission impairment. And this is used as a telephone trunk cables and other broadbanding, internet networking, and high-speed data cables. These are the different cables and connectors and jacks. This UTP cable is also termed in a various categories by the Electronic Industries Association or EIA. You can see in the list below the various categories of copper cable, which is known as Cat 1, Cat 2, Cat 3, Cat 4, Cat 5, or it is category 1, category 3. Here you can see the data rate from what to what Mbps it is going, the maximum length and the applications. So it starts from old telephone cables to token ring networks, and then Ethernet and fast Ethernet networks. For Cat 5 or Cat 6 is mostly used. You can see here Cat 6 is mostly we are using in the gigabyte Ethernet or very high speed Ethernet, and its distance is also segment length is also very high. Here are some commercial Cat 6 patch cords, pigtails and jacks. These are the patch cords, pigtails and jack, which is a commercial name, Belden, very famous brand. The manufacturer is giving some specification in this, at what frequency range, what type of insertion loss can take place, which is in dB, and what is the amount of losses for various distances is mentioned in the specification. Our next topic is fiber optics cable. The history of fiber optics started about 30 years ago in R&D lab of Bell, and it is first installed commercially in 1976. So it is another type of guided media where communication signals flow in the form of a light or optical signals. You can see these are the optical fiber cables through which the electrical signals gets converted through a various converter and trap in optical signal and travels through this. Advantages of fiber optic cable. The most important advantage is the high data rate and wide bandwidth. This is because the speed of light is very high. It is having immunity to any electromagnetic interference or RF interference or any lightning damage, because its optical signals are carrying which has no effect on it due to EMI. It has got very low attenuation or low data loss, hence it travels a longer distance. It is lightweight, no spark or no electrical shock hazard because of non-availability of any electrical signals. The system having low cost and longer life due to its fibers, which is not available in copper or coaxial cable. Principle of operation of fiber optic is the old classroom school physics, which says about the total internal reflection when it light travels from one medium to other medium, it's get refracted, and after it crosses the critical angle, the signal or the light signal, it takes a reflection mode, and that is known as total internal reflection. Optical fibers are classified depending upon the composition of the core, and there are of two types, step index and graded index. In step index, the refractive index of the core is uniform throughout and undergoes an abrupt change or stepwise change in the cladding boundary, whereas in case of graded index, the core of the core refractive index is made to vary continuously as a function of the radial distance from the center, and it takes this type of shapes. They are divided into single mode as well as multi-mode fibers. Let's see the parts of a fiber cable. It has got a core, and this core is a thin glass in the center of the fiber where the light travels. Then there is a cladding, which is an outer optical material surrounding the core, reflects back the signal into the core by reducing scattering losses. And finally there is a buffer coating, which is coating for protecting the fiber from damage of any mechanical nature or from external moisture and other things. Fiber optic cables are having various types of connectors. It was a bionic connector which was now no more in use. Then standard connectors, ferrule core connector, ST connectors. Then there are some more connector like Epson, FDDI, OptiJack, and few more connectors are being used. Here are few FO cable connectors. This is standard connector SC, ferrule core connector FC, ST connector or ST, Lucent connector, which is very popular and mostly used, LC connectors, OptiJack connectors, plastic FO connectors. There are some more connectors which is not shown here. You can see in other places. Let us discuss some of the troubleshooting hints for FO cable. Now, if it is having high loss in a cable, so we have to reverse it and test in the opposite direction using a single ended method. It only tests the connector on one end. You can isolate a bad connector. Second one is that if the loss is same, you need to either test each segment separately to isolate the bad segment or any other connectors in that. We have to use here an instrument which is known as OTDR or optical time domain deflectometer. OTDR testing are done to verify the loss of each splice. Splice is a FO joints. They are also used for troubleshooting. Here you can see a screen of OTDR where you can find that this lobe is having a glitch. Now you can see this in a bigger photo. Now this OTDR reflection tells that there is a fiber attenuation at this point, and the connector are also having loss, and this spice loss is basically at what distance. Friends, here we come to the end of part 1.1.3. See you in my next video where we'll discuss the transmission media part 2, that is unguided medium. Till then, goodbye. Thank you.